Okay, so we're going to speed this thing up because my phone is telling me I only got 10 minutes left of recording time and space. So, word of the day, vouch space. Is to make a promise to somebody. We had 4 rucks covered up. I mean, 4, ooh, I lied. I wish. 4 spin sessions, 1 ruck, and no gyms. So, busy week, not too mad at it though. As far as the unemployed situation goes, as I stated, we were set to start a warehouse gig job on Monday, this Monday, so we should be on day 3, right? Because today is Wednesday. We actually did record on Wednesday. You know, we didn't have a Thursday or Friday or Saturday up in there, but it's actually Wednesday today. So I don't got to try to remember what I did, didn't do, all that. Nope. I can just talk freely. So Monday was the day, first day of the warehouse job, and I didn't go because we ended up getting another opportunity. So I was talking about it on the last video I did, I think, which was on Saturday. And I was trying to make sure I didn't include, like I say, when I do it on a day this afternoon, it's like, okay, well, I got to see, did this happen Thursday, Wednesday, Friday? No, anything after Tuesday I'm not supposed to speak about for the for that week because it goes on this week. So Thursday comes, recruiter had told me that, she set up an interview for me, and I've had interviews before, not interviews, well, technically, but they were for positions that I knew my experience. Unless someone was really giving me a chance, at this point, I'm not going to get it. That's just what it was, and that's what it's been. So this is a different industry, but, I'm confident in my abilities. So we sat down, had an interview with 2 ladies. We spoke. Again, I'm always confident in my interview skills, and I don't get the anxiety a lot of people get with interviews because I look at it as I only have something to gain. I can't lose anything. It's not like I'm interviewing to keep a job I already have. I'm interviewing to either improve my life and get something new or go back to the same life I had before I walked in or sat down for the interview. So it's a win-win either way. There's no losses. So swing for the fences. Come in here comfortable, relax, and just enjoy. And I did. I was still skeptical of if I would get it. I don't even know if I said it's week 14. Week 14. So I sat down. We talked, and I was confident. They said that there's only women in the building that we work in, and them letting me know that, or like pointing that out specifically, had me kind of like, we ain't never been a woman, so I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna, be held against me, but hey, I can't control that. I gave it my best, presented myself as well as I could, and wherever the pieces fall, we'll accept it. So I knew that they had one interview scheduled after mine. Mine was at 10 in the morning. So I knew they had one more scheduled, I think at like 1 o'clock. So it'll get like 3:30, and I get a call from the recruiter, and she like, I got good news. I'm like, man, get out of here. You joking. She was like, no, they want to offer them. Say less. So background check, turning all the paperwork. We don't worry about the background, of course. So we start this coming Monday on the 14th. I'm excited, to just be back working, and as we've been stating this entire time, as I found more passions and things I'm passionate about. With that consistent, I know what's coming in for work, and that covering the bills, that decreases some of the worry of getting out of here and hustle and bustle with Lyft, Uber, and the side hustles I've had to cover bills. Nope, this covers bills. So Uber, Lyft, that savings, and business cards, magnets, advertising, whatever, I can really focus on pouring into my passion. So really excited about that, man, and just seeing how far we can go with it. We actually filed the LLC for Leave It To Me Assembly. So it said it could take, I think it said like the second week of May. I don't care, man. I can't wait to come back and record that video with the update and show, we official, we're business, whatever. So just excited, man. It's spring break for my oldest. So that dude actually, I had my first thumb tech job on Saturday, because I picked up my oldest on Sunday. And the youngest of my 2 bronze, my brother's sons, he had asked, like, can I go with you one day? And he was needed on this day. I didn't know what I was getting into. Now, I could have worked it out. We didn't get home at about 9:30. Without his help, I probably wouldn't get home till like 1. So, now, don't get me wrong. actually actively working, we only worked for like 4.5 hours maybe. First job was a patio set. We finished in like an hour, maybe 10, 15 minutes, no issue. It was exceptionally heavy. I did need his help carrying it. Now, I could have dragged it on my own or taken it out of the box and transported the parts from the garage to the back. So that would have added some time. As we got going and working, there were certain parts where I would show him just to, get him familiar with it. Hey, you work on this part. You see these are simple. All I need you to do is this. And the simple instructions I gave him, he was able to follow, got him comfortable and confident. Cool. So we finished that job. This was already an hour away from where we live. So it took an hour to get there. Then from that job to the second job was another like hour and 10, hour and 15 minutes. Or at least to that city, because I didn't have the latest address yet. So I drive to the next city. Boom. So 3 hours and some change, about 3 hours and 30 minutes into the day of working or whatever. And I want to say that first job we was there like maybe 11 or something, 11, 12. I think, 11:45. So we get to the next city right around 1 o'clock. No, 2 o'clock, because the job took an hour and some change. So we get to like 2-ish, 2:30. Cool. We sitting waiting. The lady texts me back after we done sat for almost an hour, so it's 3 something. Then she's 30 minutes away, so we get there at about 4. And when we get there, I knew that she had dresses she wanted to remove. The dresses are upstairs, 2 of them. Definitely needed his help. Now, I could have got them downstairs, but it would have been bumping. I might would have hit her walls. So we got those down, boom, fine. And then the other 2, them things was a good about 90 pounds going up the stairs. So having to carry both of those would have took me longer than expected. So we get him up there, the first dress we put together, and I go through the first one with him and show him how to put a drawer together, because I'm like, if he could save me that 30 minutes to an hour it could take doing all those drawers, and he can do those, I could work on the frame. Great. I did 1, he did the other 5, we got done, boom, I finished the frame, knocked it out, cool. We go to the next one. The next one is the exact same, but in a different color. The first one was white. The second one is black. We're working on the black one. He's like, oh, this is the exact same. Cool. So you could do all 6 drawers. I can work on frame. So it cut down on the time. We got it knocked out. And then again, hour and a half drive home, so we didn't get home to 9:30. He was tired. He worked for that money, but he was appreciative to have it, and it felt really good because, like I say, with Thumbtack, I set my own price. So the Angels List plus the Thumbtack, we made a little bit of change, so it felt good sliding him that. He was like, oh, I don't know, it took so long for his money to come because I cashed out him. And when I cashed out him, he was like, yeah, I only made XYZ or whatever. And he was talking about the tip that he got from the first job. And I'm like, why he keep saying that? I paid him. And he was like, no, it didn't come till we got like home. Because I'm like, he sound mad. Man, I wouldn't have you work all day like that and actually working hard doing some labor and only pay you that. Like, nah. So when it came, he was appreciative. So then Sunday morning comes, I got to get on the road. Boom, go grab my oldest, grab him. We come back. Everything's smooth. And so I let him know, hey, Tuesday, you got a job to do. So we had a desk to put together yesterday. So I take my oldest with me. We get there. And, he was like, I don't know. As he got going and doing it, especially with the drawers, I sat down, same thing. I showed him how to do the drawers, and then I had him do other parts. And he was like, man, just like putting Legos together. Like, this kind of cool. I like it. I wouldn't mind doing this maybe when I get older. And it was like, yo, this is why, like, I know my family and friends, the people that I talk to, they get tired of hearing me talk about this business. But I'm like, it's not just for me. I want to plant that seed in these boys so they know if you learn it now, I'm, in my 30s with it. Of course, I seen my pops plumbing as a, at the same age as my oldest son. I told him that, like, it's funny, I'm starting my business and you're helping me out and you're 12. And when my pop started, I was 12, whatever. So full circle or whatever. But it's like to hear y'all say that. And, my brother's like, yeah, I hope one day, I get to the point where me, him, and my oldest son can, we can do a drawer, a dresser, or put together a bed or whatever by ourselves. And I'm like, that's it right there. I do it for the money, don't get me wrong, and I do it for me. But if I can plant that seed and show them, you don't have to give another person that kind of control over you. Again, all this was, kicked off because I got laid off, out of my control. If you hire yourself, you ain't going to fire yourself, And so to show them that you have that power, learn what you're good at, and you put it to use, you can make your own money. So it's been really dope to see they fire. And, he been asking, hey, you got a job today? Well, we got another job coming up. So I got another pretty decent size one coming up, another Thumbtack one that scheduled for this Sunday coming up. So I'm excited, and we're gonna see the lady accepting my price. So if I can get more of them, if I can get back 2-3 thumbtack jobs a week, I don't have to lift at all. That'll make me what I aim for with making lift right there. But in this last week, we had a dresser in Concord. No, that was last week. So I got to talk fast. I got 14 seconds. I had 2 double up days on the 2nd and the 5th. That one on the 4th, and then the one I just did with my son on the 8th. And be good to yourself, my boy. We're gonna have this together next